All right, on Friday, top Democrats sent Emily Murphy, the head of the General Services Administration, the woman whose job it is to begin the process of getting Biden's team briefed, a letter asking for a private briefing today, writing in part, "We've been extremely patient, but we can wait no longer." Murphy has yet to respond to their request. This is incredible. Joining us now, writer for the Los Angeles Times opinion section, Virginia Heffernan. She talks about this in her latest column. The GSA administrator vies for the lead among Trump's loyal liars. Tell us what you mean about that. This has been really frustrating to watch. It appears this woman is just simply refusing to do her job.
Well, I'm going to send everyone back a little bit to junior high school English class and the great Herman Melville story, Bartleby the Scrivener. Does anyone remember this? It's about a low-level bureaucrat who decides he doesn't want to do his job. Joe, you maybe remember, one of you remembers the main line he says, "I'd prefer not to." He just does it, and all of a sudden it doesn't work, right? And in Bartleby the Scrivener, he's a great countercultural figure that just wants to throw a monkey wrench into all the works. But in life, Emily Murphy is a complete cipher. Why would she prefer not to? Why is she doing this? And as you may remember, we have just about only one statement from her on Twitter, makes Herman Melville look completely clear and easy to understand. I wanted to remember her tweet. I don't know if either of you have it committed to memory, but it's just a bunch of gobbledygook letters. I think there are a lot of Z's in it too. And it really suggests that something is very weird here. She said nothing except this nonsense thing, and she won't do the simple task of signing something that will make the transition go forward. And she will go down as one of the great obstructors and liars for Trump of our time, I think.
So, Virginia, let's talk about this past weekend. You had a thread on Twitter that I thought was dead on. I've gotten so tired of people talking about Trumpism surviving Trump, and we're going to have Trumpism for the next 30 years. We heard about the Obama coalition that was going to stay with us for decades. I remember when I was younger, everybody talked about the Reagan coalition. It reframed politics forever. 4 years later, of course, Bill Clinton was president of the United States. And immediately after Barack Obama left the White House, the Obama coalition was in the minority and having to deal with Donald Trump. You think the same will happen with Donald Trump when he leaves the office, that this Trumpism will not survive the presidency of Donald Trump?
I think that's right. And, I should say that it was a Twitter thread. So I was just experimenting with this idea, because as you say, Joe, like virtually everyone has said, well, we have so much work to do with all the underlying Trumpism that's kind of there in the culture. And it occurred to me, we've all been thinking so much about virology and about the coronavirus. And what was shocking to the system about COVID-19 was not that it was the worst virus anyone had ever seen. It was just a new one. Our bodies had never seen it before. And we can't be expected to deal with something we've never seen before. Trump was a first in so many categories that he's just entirely kind of come out of nowhere. And we've slowly built up an immunity to him. And you can even see first, he lost decisively the popular vote in 2016, and now he lost it even more decisively and the electoral vote this time. So we're rallying. And I think going forward, we're going to know Trump when we see him like a virus. We're going to know Trumpism when we see it like a virus, and we will know how to reject it.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.